Hello, world. Welcome to our show, JW Raw with Eminem, coming to you live from the world-famous Jackson Week MMA Academy in Albuquerque, New Mexico, USA. Yes, we are in USA, Albuquerque. This is Mark, and I'd like to give a shout-out to our awesome partners that help us keep the show on the air and keep bringing you some interesting guests from different walks of life. Our fighters and athletes are constantly on the lookout for products that will provide a legal performance edge. Legal performance edge, yes. A couple years back, we came across a nutraceutical company that has an incredible technology. Since then, many of the fighters who train at Jackson Wink MMA Academy have been using their products with astounding success. Unlike most sports performance companies, this company began selling their products through doctors. Their unique technologies help the body heal and maintain exceptional health. For this reason, their products are recommended by doctors worldwide. Yes, worldwide. So how does this translate to sports performance? The truth is, you will never be stronger than you are healthy. How many times have we heard of star athletes who miss a big competition because they're out sick? The same technology that is used to boost the immune system and to detoxify, nourish, and rejuvenate the body is the same technology that boosts strength, endurance, and even cuts unwanted body fat, because we don't want to get fat. We are pumped to finally let you know about our best-kept secret here at Jackson Wink MMA Academy. The company is called RNA Sport. You can find them online at rnasport.com. Again, rnasport.com. Look them up. RNA Sport creates incredible sports performance formulas for elite athletes. Our fighters use and love these products. One of the most important things to know about RNA Sport formulas is their ease of use. It's very easy to use, yes. No more messy powders or hard-to-swallow pills. RNA Sport formulas are delivered directly into the body in a simple-to-take, great-tasting sprays. With high absorption, RNA Sport formulas can be taken immediately before a workout or competition with no lag time. RNA Sport formulas support increased strength and endurance, reduced joint and muscle fatigue, improved recovery, a healthy immune system, optimized metabolism, and a whole lot more. RNA Sport provides benefits and technology unlike any performance products you have ever experienced. I highly recommend you to check out rnasport.com and use their products. They will take your performance to the next level. In our next podcast, we will review the amazing benefits of their specific formulas. JW Raw is happy to also have Fireteam Fit as a longtime sponsor. They are a veteran-owned fitness company that is now partnered with the greatest gym in the world, Jackson Wink MMA Academy. Fireteam Fit is giving a special offer of 15% off. That is right, 15% off all their products, all of them. Go check it out, all their products. All you have to do is enter a code. The secret code is JWRAW015. Again, JWRAW, just like the show, 015. Enter that secret code. You're going to get 15% off everything you buy. Make sure you do that at checkout, and then you'll get that discount. We love having Fireteam Fit as a sponsor since they are family and veteran-owned. That is so cool. We love our veterans. We love our family. Both in one big, happy group. We're happy to have them. It's available on both fireteamfit.com and on amazon.com. Everyone knows how to find Amazon. If you're on Amazon, you're legit. You can go find them on Amazon or check out their website, fireteamfit.com. But don't forget to enter that coupon code. Remember, use JWRAW015.
You're listening to JW Raw with Eminem.
We are live.
All right, welcome to the show, Erica Viking. And
Hola.
There's supposed to be someone else sitting over here. Where is this guy?
Yeah, where is he?
Oh, look at this guy, like on cue or something. Chris Breezy Brown.
Breezy is here.
Always making an entrance like this.
It is. He's got a fight.
to.
He's got a fight coming up. So we're all
October
here to promote him
20th
a
is
little
going down. Tunica, Mississippi. I'm out here.
And again, without the T-shirt.
Did you just get done with practice? Did you just do some rounds down there? Do you guys not have shower facilities here? Because this is a small room. It is tight quarters.
Get a little smelly here later. Is that why you're sitting so far away from?
I don't think he owns any T-shirts to begin with.
I honestly probably don't.
It's like winter time. He walks in without the T-shirt.
Oh, you know, he spent 7 minutes staging his entrance. He could have spent 5 of those in the shower, but I'm just
I
saying.
did not bring a shirt.
Welcome, Breezy,
I can't hear Chris.
I drove here shirtless.
as he does all the time. Now, so I'm with Coyote 102.5. It's a local radio station.
Yes.
Hi, everybody who's
Hi.
listening. Thank you guys for having me today.
Tune into her in the mornings, by the way.
You can
It's a
teach
great
us.
show.
She's actual anchor, like for
Yeah.
today.
I'm like
we're
actual.
like nothing.
We're like intimidated by
we're
her.
we're amateurs.
I'm so professional, I forgot that I agreed to do this until about an hour ago. So
It's like, oh, she happened to be looking at her Twitter feed or whatever and says, oh, shit, Mark commented. What did he say? Oh, we have a show tomorrow.
and that is the recipe to my success.
Thank God I commented on
I
that
completely
post.
forgot till Mark told me today.
Flying by the seat of your pants. I don't even need headphones for this. But see,
Yes.
you both, Misha and Mark, you guys have graced my show.
Yes.
You several times,
Yes.
Mark, and you, Misha,
Yeah,
before.
it was fun, actually.
So it's
I liked
my chance to
Breezy
come
been on there a
ruin
bunch of times.
yours.
Hey, ruin it, baby.
We're not even close.
We're
to
live
your
and
show. Your show is
unedited.
actually-
And
Your
I gotta
show
get
is
back
actually
on your show
legit.
soon.
Your show is actually legit. We're like,
we're like,
Man,
we're
they're
amateurs.
not that legit.
yeah.
My last session got canceled or erased.
Oh, that's right. We had he was so hurt about this.
I went and did we had a good little interview. They had the little Freaky Friday music playing, and the guys came in and erased all that shit.
Yeah, the engineers came in and replaced a piece of equipment without
What?
asking us if we had saved everything or we had pulled everything.
Wow.
And so, yeah, the whole thing was eliminated.
That'll really screw you
Yeah, it
over.
was a real good one too.
Yeah, but we did have to start a new rule at the station, too, just for him because I'm not kidding you. This is how he shows up to do interviews.
No shirt, no shoes, no
Yeah,
service, sir.
I showed up. The receptionist put on the wall, no shirt, no service.
Yes.
You've met Margot, our
Yes,
beautiful,
yes, she
sweet
sits right up front,
receptionist.
yes.
She
They
wouldn't hurt a
They made
flea.
rules just for Breezy.
She's a woman of God, and she was absolutely offended.
But
Her
she's
eyes bled like the
she's-
Why
statue of
is
the
that?
Virgin
Why is
Mary
that?
when she saw you walking.
Chris, why is that? Why you never wear a T-shirt?
I don't like shirts.
A black man
I'm too
with
sexy
without
for
a
my
shirt walking up to the
Too
door.
sexy.
Especially in that neighborhood,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not
It's a
a.
rough neighborhood for this kind of action.
That just shows you how brave he is, though.
Right.
That's
Super
true.
brave.
No fear.
He ain't scared.
What do you guys want to talk about today?
Well, we got a lot going on.
Return of the goat.
Yeah,
Goat is back.
last
goat
night
is
we got
back.
breaking news.
Yeah, I hung up with him last night.
Oh, that's
And,
right. The
I talked
party.
to John last night.
He
too,
looked pretty
man.
happy. We
I
saw.
just
Yeah,
saw
we
the
were-
both
we
of you
were-
on Instagram.
Visit Breezy's Instagram. What's your
They were
Instagram?
high on life. They'd just been to an oxygen bar, I hear, and that
Nice.
can really get the endorphins rushing. That's all it was.
Oxygen
We gotta live our
bar.
best life, man.
Or maybe it was Patron and soda. I don't know.
What's your Instagram so everyone can go watch?
Chris Breezy MMA.
So go watch his little clips with John Jones, and John's pretty excited.
Yeah.
And
We were in
what-
real good spirits
and
last
what-
night.
He's pretty excited about his comeback. I don't know about
for our
the
friend Arif,
oxygen or-
Uncle Arif's birthday last night.
Speaking of spirits,
That's
Shout
right.
out
He's a
Posh
good friend.
Nightclub.
And yeah, happy birthday to Arif.
Plug.
Happy
Everybody was
birthday,
out.
Arif. Thank you for having Posh and
Right.
entertaining
Thank
the,
you
the
for
city.
giving me a place to go.
Now,
on my
because I
weekends
am
and
a
weekdays.
professional and I left early so that I could get up and do my damn job, sir.
I didn't go hard.
I didn't
last
get to
night.
see John last night. I didn't hear this
Yeah, he showed
breaking
up after.
news.
He's a late arrival kind of guy.
Yeah, he showed up
Correct.
after
So
season.
tell me, what broke? He's coming back and he's ready.
So USADA ruled last night. After I guess he secretly went to a arbitration last weekend, and they talked it over, and they decided that it wasn't intentional, and he took something tainted, and they were able to prove that with the samples and such. And
No, there wasn't.
or I guess
There's no
I guess they
samples.
didn't
They
prove
just-
anything.
There wasn't no samples.
But they
Just-
did.
It was
they-
just that they
nothing-
based it on that. None of that made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like because he'd been tested so many times leading up to that.
Well,
and just
isn't
none
that-
of that made sense?
That's
None
what
of
we all said afterwards. A lot of people were just quick to jump on the, oh, God, it looks bad. It must be dirty.
Yeah.
But none of it made sense. And that's what those of us in the inner circle here kept saying. It's like, why would he do something to himself the week of the fight, knowing full well that he's going to be tested and knowing full well that substance is on, it is on the top 10 list of the substances that are banned. That would be the equivalent of shooting yourself in both feet and the junk. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I love that.
Somebody's just trying to jeopardize John everywhere freaking goes. So I told him, John, we got to put you in the bubble. We got to put you in the bubble, man.
Don't be drinking out of anything.
You know?
Don't be drinking out of anybody's anything. Don't be
even in the bars, man. Like people, John Jones there, and people can put any type of stuff in anything,
gotta
man.
be careful.
Just because
people,
he's on the microscope like non-stop, you know, on the magnifying glass. So I told John too the same thing. John, you got to be so
John's
careful.
thing is John like lives like he's a regular person.
Yeah, which he's not.
He likes to act like
he's
he's
very trusting.
Yeah, he's like
very trusting.
yeah, it's like this man does not realize who he is. The GOAT. It's like you talk to him, have a conversation, you hang out with him. He's like, this man acts like he's just a regular Joe Schmo. Like,
and that's cool. That's part of what's
That's
endearing
cool.
about him.
Just because it's great that he's down to earth, but you got to realize like you're too important for
There's
that
two different like sides of it. Like there's people that want to like see him fail, and people want to see him succeed. So you know, it just goes. It's like both ways type of thing, you know. So you got to kind of like watch for that other side, that constantly watching him.
And you'll see him too, but that lack of self-awareness just because he's just being himself.
Because
and
he's very trustworthy.
Yeah. He doesn't realize people are trying to sneak Snapchats or video him.
So he can point the finger and
look at him. He's drinking a ginger ale. I know there's something else in there.
I'm sorry, that was my Snapchat for last night. I had to post that on him, but. I think that he's serious this time. The times that we've all seen him lately, he's wanting to regain everyone's trust again, even though we've just found out that this last time wasn't his fault. That was a devastating year for Johnny. He went through a lot.
We've had some drama in this gym.
Even with his last time, he was extremely serious as well. He did everything right, man. He just busted his ass. He nonstop, and then
me and Misha were with him like daily.
So you could see that.
It was tough to see.
And then with his mother thing, passing away.
Yeah, because we had a long talk last night, and he was just talking about all the how he hit rock bottom, and now he's coming back. You know, he felt like God took everything from him.
Got a sponsor back.
So he's like finally on the come up again. So he's trying to rise back to the top. Yeah. So
and doing good
very
things
happy for him,
too that aren't just for himself and his career. And he reached out to me just before the start of school to see if I'd help him. Raise some funds and do some back to school backpacks for kids in the community. It's that when he steps out of his own bubble like that and does what he does best, use his personality, his smarts, and his connections to help in the community, which he so often does, and that shows his true character, which gets lost in the mix of reporting.
John and Diego Sanchez were my first sponsors.
Yeah.
When I first started training here, John invited me to his house and gave me a big old moving box full of clothes because I didn't have training clothes. I was over here sparring in and1 shorts, and John took me.
Honestly, what did that feel like to have a champion bring you over there and say, "Here you go, go my stuff."
My fighting idol invites me to his house.
Right. John invites you into his closet, and there's like, take whatever you want.
Here,
there's
take
like
this,
stacks
take this, like throwing all kinds of stuff in there. So just very blessed.
It's like he's got an MMA store in his closet.
It
just gives it away.
Well, that's cool that he's generous and shares.
Well, and we can talk about that a little bit with that stuff because John, everyone thinks he's this
they
bad
don't realize
dude,
how generous and
like
caring
the stuff
of a
he does
person
for the
really
community.
is.
And it's tough. We're in a tough situation because we do want to promote that stuff because he is such a genuine nice
But then
guy.
people point
but
out.
then
then you do something and they're like,
oh, it's staged.
Show you off the stage.
Yeah,
and blah, blah. It's like, come on,
he does
guys,
it so
man.
often.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
It's crazy that people like don't know.
They just want to hype the bad
online,
things that you do.
anything.
They don't want to
Just
do anything
talk.
positive.
Just talk out of their ass, literally, without knowing any facts, without knowing any situation, not being part of it, not seeing what we see, and it hurts like to read stuff
because he's still a human being, and we've all been through that. The victim of something on social media where everyone wanted to pile on and beat up, and you just try to not give any weight to it, but we're still human beings, and it still sucks, and you still do think about it when you're trying to fall asleep at night till it all blows over. That is important. I'm glad that we're saying that right now. None of us are perfect. All of us are flawed. We've all done things that we're not proud of. He just happens to be in an international spotlight, unfortunately.
No, we know I'll be in some
sometimes
trouble.
we're thrust into the public eye, and
even when you didn't want to be.
Bad tweets.
Well, one of the meanest things someone said to me once was, your hair is so much uglier than Jennifer Aniston's.
Wow.
And I went,
I didn't know I was being compared to Jennifer Aniston.
I was like, I
shit is that?
agree. Her hair is beautiful, but I don't know. Anyway, people are just strange and weird, and they are lonely, apparently.
Yes.
And
That's crazy.
their mom turned off the cable in the basement where they still
You're
live
much
down
better
there.
looking than Jennifer Aniston, by the way.
Thank you.
there.
I think that she is, and we're not even comparing things, but I just thought that was one of the weirdest burns. I was like, is that what you got?
The funny that they'll never say it to your face. That's what's kind of crazy about it.
That's
like,
true.
Some
like
troll.
why would you write something that you'll never tell that person to their face? Because you
people,
chicken shit.
they're in their safe zone.
Yeah.
They feel safe behind the keyboard because, there's no repercussions.
Now because I get so irritated with all of it. If there's an idiot online and they're trying to start something up, I can't get away from it fast enough. He baits these people. The flat earthers.
Him and
Yeah,
Frank Lester
conspiracy.
are guard dogs.
He's a conspiracist. He likes to post something without any comment and just like some kind of
I wanna see
controversial
what people are gonna say.
some kind
yeah.
of controversial
I'll post,
topic, and then just 100 comments later.
Because
like,
everybody
people-
just jumps on and it's like, oh, okay.
It's a poop
like, how
grenade.
can I stroke the fire some
It's an
more?
entertainment.
I'd
It keeps
rather
me entertained.
stab myself in the eyes with a rusty steak knife than read any
I'd
of
be
these
bored.
idiotic comments.
be
I don't know
bored.
how you do it.
A rusty
And
steak
some of
knife.
the stuff that these
Rusty.
people come up with, it's just like, I gotta hear more. It's like,
Yeah.
you got more of this? Like,
Yeah.
I wanna hear
That's
Maybe
how
this
you
is
really
what builds
think?
his tolerance
like-
for
is that
pain
how
and
you
it makes
really
him
think?
stronger.
It's like, you
Well, it's
really
like Wink.
believe these.
It's
This
like
really
it's like
goes in
Wink
your
always
head.
says. He hates social media, but he says that when people engage a troll, the troll is
Gives them
just waiting
ammunition.
because they're just like.
It's like
When you
Wink was just
answer,
telling
yeah.
me. So we promoted. Holly posted something about incredible adaptive MMA yesterday. This little video, and there was a comment there. Some guy said, "Hey Holly, you're never gonna win a title again by training with retards."
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Someone said
Oh.
that.
Yes, and then you look at it, and that person is a grown man with kids, okay, who has a pregnant wife
Wow.
with a kid on the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's trying to give coaching advice.
There's a lot of
Trying
anxious
to give a
pro,
coach
bro.
just to mention something like
I would
that, just to
screen
even
capture
say
that.
something like this.
He's probably on LinkedIn. He's probably a business executive, and then send it to the HR.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
seriously, people
Straight
do
to
get
your-
fired
straight
when
to your
that stuff
job,
gets
yeah.
exposed. I
I think
would.
that's a fireable comment.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of
on
Holly
it.
and
Holly.
comebacks,
Especially on something about charity, like this is really where you're gonna
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Adaptive
people like
MMA.
that deserve to get
Yeah,
burned,
you're
man.
gonna bash her when she's trying to do something to better
and
people's
she's
lives.
the nicest like I've known her
She's our
what
queen.
since
Yeah.
since
Holly
as
is-
It's
long
like
as
what
I've been
would,
here.
what would
20
trigger
years.
you to write something like this? Like
There's
for what?
so
What type
much
of
hate
hate
in
or
this world
something
for
that
no
you
reason.
have in your body, on your mind that's brewing, like just to spit that type of shit
didn't
out?
get any
like
that
this would
night?
never, that wouldn't even even like register in my head, like to even write something like that.
Yeah, it's like
I don't know. I
filled
think
with so much hate.
I think we're all kind of good people in this room, and that's why we don't understand it. Like we couldn't wrap our
see.
brains around it or come
Where
up
we
with any
where are we
reason.
going with that? With the Holly thing?
Where I was going like this. You've been training with her, okay? And she's
one of his
looking tough and strong. What's
3
the
years.
news with Holly?
She just
Well,
had surgery.
She literally
had
just
to clean up her
yeah,
knee.
she's fixing her knee up.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
don't
She's
know.
good though. I was
Yeah.
talking to her yesterday about it.
Nothing coming up.
Yeah.
Nothing pending. We're just
She's just trying to be
But-
healthy.
letting
I
her-
bet it'll be for a title
She
when
was
she
hitting-
comes
yeah,
back. It's
she's-
going to be
she getting a
big.
title
It's
fight,
going to
yeah.
be a big fight.
She
too.
getting a title fight.
Yeah,
She was
'cause-
hitting mitts yesterday with
I
Wink. She
call her
good.
the trophy horse.
Mhm.
Just fight. You
Well,
know.
That's what she is. Every
If you-
fight
if
is
you
a
follow-
title fight, damn
Yeah.
near.
If you follow her social media, she's always
Little
rollerblading
scooter,
and riding her
rollerblade
scooter.
queen.
She's got her little. She's got her little.
I don't think I've ever.
posse.
I haven't seen anyone rollerblade anymore. Like back in the day, it
Right?
used to be a
I
big
was
fun
like,
thing
I was
to do.
like, when Holly gets
Holly,
some
they still
skates?
sell those things?
Oh, I used to do it with the wind in my hair,
I
Always
used to love
bringing
this.
the
going
skating
down the
thing back.
Bosque.
People
Yeah.
still hit roller rinks, but I was like, she riding through the streets.
Yeah.
Rollerblading is awesome. It's the best thing for your thighs and your ass.
good workout.
You should give it a try.
Pretty soon she's gonna have the leg warmers on and
The headband, the side ponytail.
Holly could
She
get
could
away
probably
with it.
rock it.
She
yeah.
could rock it.
And then she has a good Home Depot or Lowe's thing
Yeah,
going
she got some
on.
skills,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
She
Does
builds
she
She's
do it
always
herself?
building something.
What is she building?
She's
like
been
into
making
arts and crafts.
backpacks lately.
Yeah.
Like backpacks and purses.
Well, she was making
She, like,
wood.
puts-
She was
yeah.
making like shelving.
Yeah,
and
she put
cabinets.
shelves together. Because she gets all the power tools. She keeps her power tools.
Yeah,
and
she's
she's
like-
always doing
I think
something.
she
She's
got
a handy woman.
I think she got sponsored by Ryobi or something.
Roby,
and they sent her like 1,000 tools. I
Yeah,
mean,
they sent her
She
all
built her bedroom or
power
something.
tools,
She
yeah,
builds
she-
bad.
She's like kicking people in the face.
Yeah.
She's at home
building shit.
making cabinets.
and that's her happy place.
Yep.
We talked to her
Wow.
about it. And she just gets.
I have
she
some
like
work
lights
at
up.
my house that needs to be done. Maybe while her knee's healing.
Yeah.
Get her a
I
tool
don't want the
belt.
shit of the house.
She'll do
I
it.
just wanna feed up.
Yeah, Misha hires Holly to fix his cabinets.
It'd be funny, right?
Oh, well.
she did sell him his house.
Yeah.
Hey,
She's got so many skills.
hey,
People
when she
just-
retires, she's gonna take over Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Speaking of other
The realtor
skills,
queen.
other skills.
how's Diego Sanchez doing with his? Or I said Diego Sanchez. That's not what I meant to say.
I love
Well,
Diego.
Diego's doing
Love you,
well. He was
Diego.
here
He's doing
yesterday.
We
great.
love you.
He
We
came
lo-
and
I
paid the
meant
gym and
Dematio Page because
Oh,
he's
Dema-
Mr. Construction.
Mr. Construction.
Haven't seen him in a while, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I
hasn't
haven't
been
seen
training.
Demasio in a while.
He's full time construction right
He's
now.
doing a
He was
great
in here
job.
about a month or two ago.
He did come in for a day.
Yeah, he came in here.
Kind of
about a month
coached a
ago,
little
month or
bit,
two ago, yeah.
sparred a little bit
We'll have to reach out to him, get him back on the show. You know that I am the godmother
of his dog.
to his dog,
Yeah.
Sandman.
Sandman
Oh,
is a
no.
badass.
He is. He's a little gassy. So whenever he's been in the studio at Coyote 102.5 here in Albuquerque, it's
Love that plug.
I can deal with it though. I can deal with it. It's a mother's love, a godmother's love, if you will. The Hoff, my partner, on the other hand, has tried to get him banned several times.
So,
coming in.
so for those of you don't know, Sandman is a very purebred bulldog. Is it bulldog? Is that the
I call him drool
American-
dog.
It's a bully breed. It's
Bully
a bully
breed,
breed. It's
yeah.
kind of like one of the newer ones, and it looks like this
muscular,
big, mean,
yeah.
muscular bull toad.
The Marine Corps badass looking thing, you know.
Right, but so I may be the godmother, but I'm not allowed to babysit it
Yeah.
because I couldn't pick him up.
Yeah.
So he was like, but what
That
if you
was
had
the
to
test.
take him to the emergency
Yeah, that
room or
was the test.
something? And he was like, pick him up, and
Yeah,
I
what's
couldn't.
Chris doing over there?
They can't swim. either.
I'm messing
Why
with
were you
myself.
flexing your
the hell is
pecs?
that?
I was looking at myself in the camera.
Yeah.
He does this all the time.
Wow. It's distracting.
Mirrors
I
in
know.
Well,
every
Chris
room.
is part of our puppy mill, yeah?
Part
yeah,
of our
I'm the puppy
comedy,
mill.
comedy
the puppy
routine.
mill. You know how we do.
It's funny that you brought that up. Okay,
Yes. Our puppy mill.
I
Okay.
have something I want to say
Tell us what's on your mind.
about that because I heard about this drama, of course,
Oh.
and then several days
I don't know
after.
what drama you speak of, ma'am.
I'm talking
We're
about
surrounded by drama.
Donald's
We're always in the
Cowboy
news.
Cerrone drama.
Ah.
Another fine fighter who I have also had on my show, and I've supported him in his
Yes.
career over the years as well. And I heard that there was some drama that he had made some comments that were disparaging about the gym, and that was hurtful because, we should just all be supportive of each other in whatever career we're in. But we sat down to actually watch that several days after it had
the
aired.
Joe Rogan podcast.
The Joe
you
Rogan
speak of,
podcast,
yes.
yeah. And, I was angry and hurt about a lot of the things that were said there. I think that the gym was highly misrepresented, but there were some outright lies.
And that's
and
it.
I could bring up
Outrageous.
several of them, but such as Michelle Watterson built her own gym because she can't
get away
even
from
stand to
here,
be.
yeah.
Who is the first person that I saw when I came in today?
Wow.
Oh, hi, Michelle. Who's here every single
Every day,
posting
literally.
pictures
With
of
her
herself.
mom, and her husband,
And her daughter.
Well, the
It was just
daughter's in school.
One of
Well,
the
that was
things
just
that I
right
that I
now.
thought was offensive. There were a lot of things, and I don't work for the gym. I don't really have a right to speak to any of this, but I think that that the gym's owed an apology, not only by Cowboy. I don't think you'll get it. But also by Joe Rogan,
Exactly.
and I think
Yeah.
that he should have
He
investigated.
Gave him the
facilitated
platform.
thing.
The whole
Yeah.
thing
He
of-
didn't
of
check
canceling-
anything out
canceling
before he
Wink
just
and
gave him the
Greg.
full
Well,
hour.
and
Canceling Wink and Greg and
Well,
then
this
having
is the
Cowboy come
thing, yeah.
on to spit that bullshit. Like when I put it on, I was like, I couldn't believe that this man was just lying like that.
we never talked about this publicly or openly. but-
lying about stuff that information he has that's 3 years old.
And saying that Coach Wink is never here. That
Oh, yeah.
how every single day
No, he's
you're
talking
coming
about
to
Greg.
practice.
He's talking about Greg.
Yeah,
He
He's
said
like,
Greg
wasn't here.
Greg is here all the time
Greg's
too.
teaching classes.
Greg every day.
He teaches
Every
his
day.
classes. He took his classes over. He said my boy Chad was a receptionist for
Oh,
Dr.
man.
Bo.
Yeah, that's
when
anyone who
Chad
took it
works for the
serious-
Air Force. He's
Yeah.
the military trainer. He's
Yep.
a wrestling trainer for the military.
Literally,
Air Force.
anyone who took it seriously and thought that's is a truth, is a blind sheep.
It was
Straight
just like
Yeah.
it's talking about Cowboy talking about he didn't have no training partners, but he didn't want to train
you
with
gotta
me
train.
no more.
You got to train to have
Just to
partners.
add
yeah.
facts.
We got
Chad
pictures.
Chad is
I got
4-0.
pictures to post still.
Yeah. Okay. So producer Nick over there, he just threw a fact out there.
What do you say?
Chad is 4-0 this year with the people
the
that he
UFC.
is, with the UFC that
Exactly.
he has taken under for wrestling
And-
guidance.
Exactly.
And that's a pretty damn
Like
good
the-
That's
one.
like
an
the
easy,
military-
accessible fact.
like the
I bet
military
Joe
would
Rogan
train
could
him to
have found
just
that, like your
bullshit.
producer did if he had.
Exactly.
He probably has a team of producers that
Instead
could
of
have
saying,
looked
"Who's this
stuff
guy?"
up.
You could have just said Chad Smith. Oh yeah, look at that,
Just sit
4-0.
there and be complacent. Nah.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know.
just
It-
all
It was very
lies,
painful.
like,
So
to
much
watch.
wrong with this world,
Yeah.
man. I think this
Just people
internet and the
just
whole thing gives people
Got on
too
there
much,
acting
too
like
much power.
scoring women.
Too much power.
I
Yeah.
heard that
And
people are moving on without them, like talking about loyalty and all of that. But you're never here. Like, how are you
Yeah.
going to talk about loyalty? You never come to help nobody with their camp. You only come in for your camp, and then you handpick who you want to choose with because you don't want to work
And
hard.
he takes him back to the
Yeah.
to the ranch.
He knows how to work. Like when we used to, I used to be his main training partner
Yeah, I remember
until
that.
we started beefing, and he got mad at me for dumb shit.
Oh, I didn't even know there's a beef.
Yeah, we was beefing over the dumbest shit. Some because after the Rick Story fight, we and him the week before the Rick Story fight, like our last sparring session was together, and me and him went on a 5-round war. It was just back to back, just 5 rounds, just me and him
Yeah, I
just
remember
going
that.
hard. Everybody had stopped in the gym, and we're just watching.
I got
us.
pictures of that
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah.
So after that, because Condit was getting ready for Maya around the same time. So that next week after we had went to
214.
war, I come in the gym like that Monday because I fought that weekend. So I was like trying to come in, not do anything. I get to the gym and I see Cowboy. He sees me and we're like, "Oh, what's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm still hurting from last week." I was like, "Yeah, me too." And then I wasn't expecting to do anything. And coach is like, "Oh, come in here. I need you to help with Condit, get ready for Maya." So later, when Cowboy fought Story, he released a statement saying that he wasn't doing any more hard sparring.
I remember that.
So after he released that statement, when I came back to the gym, everybody was talking about it, and I was like, "Yeah, well, at least I got the last one." And we went to war, so I was happy. I was proud of that. So somebody went and said that I was saying that I retired him. So they took that and said I retired
see,
him,
things
and then ran to him and told him. And so,
And I think Cowboy.
and I didn't know that was Frank told me eventually, because me, him, and Holly were talking, and he told me what the problem was eventually. But for a while,
broken phone.
yeah, for a while, Cowboy wasn't so he would come in, and I just noticed he would just come in, he would just mug me, just stand in the corner. He's like, if I was sparring, he would try to coach against me, whoever I'm sparring
over
with.
a rumor that was.
Yeah,
heard.
over a rumor,
Yeah.
it didn't say anything, so I didn't know what was going on, so I just noticed, he's acting funny, or whatever, and then he finally started sparring again, and I was like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna spar." I walk up to him to spar, and he's like, "Nah." I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, so there's definitely something
So
going on."
it's your fault.
So
This is all
a
your
little bit
fault.
later, then Frank tells me what the problem was, so I was like, "You know what? That's fucking stupid." So one Saturday, I was getting ready for a fight, and I saw him, and so I went and talked to him, and I was like, "Man, whatever's going on is bullshit. I just wanted to, tell you, I never said that." I was like, "You're one of the people that I look up to." He's like, "I used to fight 5 times a year, try to fight every 2-3 months, because Cowboy, I'm trying to fight anytime,
Pictures on the
anywhere."
wall. I
You know
have
what
to
I'm
look
saying?
at it all the time.
He's one of the people who helped me get to this level. Like when I first you sent me a video when he was beating me up one of the first time I ever sparred with him. It was like just how far I've come. Like he was one of the reasons that helped me get to this level, and for him to and then just start acting funny, and then we talk and we squash it, never ever went back to the way it was. You
Yeah,
know what I
of
mean? Because
course,
he used to invite me to the ranch and all of that stuff. Back when I first got here.
Didn't you just get invited again though? But it was for a different reason.
Uh-oh.
Oh, so apparently,
Please tell.
one of my friends had messaged me, and I wasn't paying attention, and he was just like, "Hey, Cowboy just said for us to roll up to his gym." He's like, "Come with me." I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, he blocked me, and I was like, I just ignored it, and I come in, I hit mitts with Wink, and Wink's like, "Hey, I got a message about you last night." I was like, "About me?" I was like, my mind started racing. I was like, "What the fuck did I do?"
When the principal gets a message about
what
you,
the fuck did I do? I was like, "Who sent him something?" And then
He says that every morning, by the
I
way.
was like, "Shit, did I do something?"
What the fuck did I do?
Yeah,
I'm
what
in
the
trouble
fuck did I
again.
do? So it's like, Wink's like, yeah, someone messaged me, said, I guess one of my friends had posted on Cowboy's picture or something, telling him to shut the fuck up before Breezy fucks you up or something.
wow.
Before something like that.
So
He said-
you always get the.
yeah, so I just got pulled into that one.
Wow.
Like, fuck, man.
Just like,
just leave me alone, man.
Damn, I just squashed this thing with Cowboy.
and I
Now
guess-
it's
I
freaking
guess-
start all
yeah,
over.
because it was like right after we had the talk
Yeah.
with Wink, like we were gonna leave it alone, and then he messaged me. He's like, that dude messaged Cowboy saying, "Shut the fuck up before Chris Breezy beats you up" or something like that, and Cowboy immediately responded, "Well, you and Breezy, you can roll up to the ranch right now." And so that's why he was messaging me. I didn't realize like he was messaging me like, "Hey, Cowboy said to roll up to the ranch." Oh, now the pussy done blocked me. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
I didn't hear nothing about that.
Never ending drama, man.
I was like, this
Wink
is-
sees
I was
everything.
Like,
It's
and
a
me and
message.
Wink, I told Wink, and Wink is like, he knows where we at. Like we've been in the same place this whole time.
That's right.
He chose to stop sparring with me a long time ago.
It's a messy
'Cause,
situation.
you know,
man.
they
It's
say
something that
Breezy's too wild, or Breezy's not the look when I got all the looks.
you're one of the most talented. You're one of the most talented dudes, man.
I can't
coming
wait
out,
to see
man.
Breezy in October.
Oh man, I'm so excited to be main event October 20th.
Yeah,
What
Oh,
about your
Mississippi.
opponent? Tell us
Tell us
about this
about this
guy.
guy.
This dude, he's 16-7,
That's a lot.
so he's got a lot of experience.
Got a lot of damn
this will be
fights.
my third pro fight.
Dude, but you're putting on UFC guys, man.
Oh yeah, I was like,
really,
yeah,
man, like-
and I watched his fights.
how did they sanction that fight, man?
Because the sanction is bullshit.
It's
They
on a
just,
Pueblo-
like,
it's on a-
my first fight was supposed to be against someone 8-1, but we know the head of the commission came up to me afterwards and told me he changed the fight because he wanted to build us both up.
Wow.
Oh, I know
So
that
they,
one. I know about that
so
one.
they
Yeah.
fucked my first fight up to save his ass because they was thinking he was gonna go to the
Harvey
UFC.
Park,
then he
right?
went to
Good old
Harvey
Harvey.
Park. Then he went
Good old
to
Harvey.
he went to LFA and got beat up or whatever. He lost his next fight. So
Yeah, who beat him?
But 16
Mark and I were in the
is a
middle
lot
of that beef.
experience,
so,
man, so-
man, I was about to fight the UFC, the lightweight with the most fights outside of the UFC. This dude's got like 50 fights, and he turned me down. I messaged him. I messaged the promoter. I was like, "Hey, I heard you need to fight," because I think he was gonna fight John Sparks or somebody, one of the guys in here.
John Sparks, yeah.
I
they
thought they
use-
don't sanction fights like that, though, man. With so
Man,
many,
they-
with so
They be
much-
trying to save people. It's not about sanction because they don't care about records. Records don't matter. Like like people like look at all the legends like Randy Couture and like Mo Lawler. I know they all started off against people with like 30 fights. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just depends on where you're at and the commission. Like they be trying to save people. There's a lot of politics in it too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know that you give a run for their money to even best UFC fighters.
Yeah,
man,
so it's like, yeah, we
that's-
know that. It's
you're
like we
that-
get
you're
all
that
the
level.
UFC fighters from all around the world come out, beat them up.
I think by 6 by 7 fights you should be in already. So
No,
you just
I won't
gotta-
even need 6 or 7 fights.
Well,
What?
you know, like
I'll
Watching
be in
you.
there by next year.
hopefully.
Watching him and
Yes.
Jackson Wink.
We got
1, 2, 3.
a lot of things after I beat this dude up. The next fight will be a big fight. Can't get too many details into that, but
Something in the
it's,
works.
yeah, it's
Good.
I'll be in the UFC here soon. Next year, by next year at
There you
least.
Next year's a couple months
Maybe,
away.
yeah, exactly. I was like, it could be by the end of this year. I could do it. If things go the right way, it could be at the end of this year, or I just
Yeah,
have to wait
we
till
got all
the
kinds of cool
contender
stuff
starts
happening.
again. Because I couldn't get on this season because they wanted me to have 3 fights, but it takes like 6 months for me to find a fight because nobody wants to fight. Like I went after my fight in June. I tried to fight at the end of June in Phoenix and for LFA. LFA couldn't match me. LFA couldn't match me in Phoenix, Nebraska, Minneapolis, Virginia, and Atlantic City.
Nobody wants to fight the
I went
Breezy.
through five states with LFA, and they couldn't find nobody to match me.
From
It's
as far as I remember,
People,
you were-
if people do say they'll fight, they quickly change. A week later, they
They
pull right the
cancel.
fuck out. They'll say, "Oh, I'll fight him," and then
Because they fight.
You
as
want
soon
the
as they
most
look, they
improved-
try to look me up or
Yeah,
go
they
on
fight
there
when
like
your
no.
fights
guys
online.
I've seen, because remember we used to roll in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then like I would get like a best in exchanges,
Yeah.
and then like 3 or 4 months later, I remember I rolled with Chris. Like, what the hell changed?
What happened to this guy?
I couldn't get him off of me. Like,
And that's what it seems like. It's almost like when he does get a fight, we don't even get excited anymore
Yeah.
because we just assume like,
Yeah.
for how
It's
long?
gonna fall through.
Till
Yeah,
like
nobody gets
one guy
excited.
from New York was like, "Oh, it's too far to travel."
Yeah,
Are you a fighter? Then
Agreed
you're
one
gonna
night.
travel.
Agreed.
Are you
one
kidding
night,
me?
I come in the next morning. Wink's like, "Yeah, he said it's too far to travel." All of a sudden,
Well, that guy came from Florida.
Yeah, that was that
a
fight.
big test.
That
for
was
him.
that
ATT,
fight.
yeah.
That was
because I
impressive.
fought the dude from New York,
I was
pulled out, and they
tough,
brought the
man.
dude from Florida. Yeah, he was tough. I
But
thought
you- but
I
you
didn't
worked-
expect him to be that tough. But I
Yeah.
dominated the hell
Yeah,
out of
for
him.
a guy
him.
that
You
came
worked him all the way around.
from sea level
Yeah,
to
he's
this
surprised.
elevation.
I didn't.
that's what I think.
his
Usually,
stamina-
people that are really good, they'll travel.
Yeah.
The ones that are very confident in their
Mhm.
abilities, they'll travel because
Yeah.
they're confident that they're very good.
And you
they
know
can
what?
win.
The thing is that it's like we watched
He was
all of his
3-0 too,
tapes.
so.
He didn't look as tough in those tapes as he ended up
Yeah,
being when
he
he
ended
got
up-
here. So
Yeah.
that's the thing is
I was
that
like, and I
that can
beat the
be
shit out of
deceiving.
him. Like I was tearing his body up. I was like, there's no way he's gonna be able to last. And I was like, every time I
He
thought he
hung
was
in
gonna
there.
break, like I fucked his
Yeah.
nose up. I was getting those elbows, and he was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, bitch, break.
Yeah.
We all were. It was like, what's happening
Yeah.
here?
Fucking like, why are
The
you
hell's this
still
guy
here? Why are you not giving up? I was beating his, I was putting those elbows in his
Yeah.
ribs, like I was trying to fucking do damage. Like every kick, I was landing
The
all these
wrath of
hard
Breezy,
body
man.
kicks. Like I was like,
What it,
how is this dude
qualify
still
your
going?
style a little bit though, because from what you say and from what
Unorthodox.
everybody
Yeah,
says,
very.
it's okay. This is where I think it comes from. I'm going to give one of his dirty little secrets and mine too, because I watch it as well.
Secrets. We love
He
secrets.
watches all the superhero stuff and all the anime. He loves
shit.
anime.
I'm a huge anime fan.
Really?
There's something explosive about the way he fights that I think is inspired by the anime that he's watched
It's
his
true,
life, and
'cause,
I
like,
think he
I
thinks he
watch
has
a lot
special
of, I watch a lot of
powers.
anime like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, all that stuff. Like
That's a
Could
big
never
thing.
understand that.
Do you
And he
okay
talks
at all?
about it
I'm huge
in his sleep too.
I'm huge.
What about Fortnite? Is that
No, I'm not
is
a
that something-
Fortnite
It's a
guy.
game.
No, I don't play that shit.
I don't understand.
Breezy ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah, I don't know because you came in as a wrestler. Remember,
Yeah.
like you were very raw, right?
Yeah.
But you throw some of the most wicked freaking shots and kicks.
Yeah,
and
people because
Very
people was like,
unorthodox.
you're a wrestler. Like, how the fuck are you throwing kicks
You-
like that?
You're actually one of the most better strikers out all around. Like,
Yeah, because wrestling
I
is
don't know
my
where you
base,
picked
but
that up.
I came here and wanted to be the best striker I could be. Like we got some of the best strikers in the world here,
Yes.
so that was my goal. Like, I remember when Anthony Pettis came in and we.
Oh,
him
that
was
was some
spar-
good rounds.
Remember when we were getting it in?
Yeah.
And Wink's like, you could take him down if you wrestle him, right? I was like, I know, but
I
I
wanna
want to
strike.
spar with him. Like he's the best fighter, and like one of the best fighters, strikers in the world. Like I want to outstrike him. Like I'm trying
Watching
to.
Breezy jumping on people's backs is just like
That's always
It
hilarious.
is. It's a great thing, man.
But this was a good compliment to you, and forgive me, I forget what coach actually said it, but someone that you'd been sparring with was like, man, the stuff Breezy does, like I never see it coming.
Oh,
Like
it's
tell
out
me
the
how
door.
to adjust for it, and the coach said you can't.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I wanna
don't
show
worry
some.
about
Go
it
to-
because
go
no
to
one's gonna do
Instagram.
that.
Yeah, because
stuff.
everybody comes to
Go to
Wink
our
and is like,
Instagram.
Wink is like, yeah, everybody comes is like, Breezy's doing this and doing this. Like, what do I do? And he's like, don't worry about what Breezy's doing. Like,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna do that
Yeah,
shit.
go to our
You don't have to
Instagram,
worry
scroll
about that
down.
stuff.
I want to show the little clip that I posted from that Will Harris production.
Oh yeah, with
Chris
those
throws
little
like
kicks.
it's down like somewhere. You'll find it. Like keep going.
While we have a little break, I found
Keep going.
I found where that guy
the
Troy,
airborne Breezy.
the one that called people retards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I found where he worked. So
are you gonna report him?
Heck
why
yeah.
not?
I love it.
Producer
Why
Nick,
not?
this is it?
Why
No,
the heck
that.
not?
This is
Let
the one before
he
that one.
said it. He
Play
put
it
it
as
out
the
there.
one
Let
before
his HR department
so,
sort
like,
it out.
there's
Good
no
for you,
sound.
man.
I
No,
got-
so there's no
I got
sound,
screenshots, so
I
we're
wanna
good.
see.
Good.
That's the one where I'm just standing around.
Yeah, but still cool.
I'm just trying to find that clip where you throw
It's
that.
the one before that one.
Was it the one before?
Yeah. So it'll be lower because I posted this one after that one.
Oh, go down.
Yeah, that one.
This one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Play the little clip. Chris puts his stuff on display over there.
There we go.
That's one. That's one. No, but the last one. There was
Yeah, the
like,
last was the creative, me moving a little bit. It's just funny because me and Wink always talk about like people don't know what type
right
of
there,
fighter
it's
I
gonna
really
be in
am.
that. That's also Chris. Look
Without
at
a shirt.
Boom.
Oh. those wild kicks.
Those legs.
Because
he
nobody
gets a
ever
running
knows
start.
when they're coming. Like people was like, yeah, 1 minute you're in front of me, and then you're in the air, and then there's a foot somewhere.
Yeah.
Now-
the foots come from everywhere.
Air breezy.
Yeah.
You've got the other
exactly.
challenge too
Breezy
of
Airlines.
Yep.
having to come down so much in weight versus a lot of the people that
Yeah,
you fight.
'cause,
Because what you if
I
you were
cut
you
30
were sit-
pounds every fight.
you're comfortable walking around at what, like when you were
Walking
playing
around at
football
one-
in
when
college?
I was my last year at college, I was up at 205. And then I started boxing, so I stopped lifting weights so I could make weight.
There he is. There's Air Breezy. Look at him up in the sky with Steve.
I can
Steve
just-
Chris, yeah.
You can just hear him doing anime
He's
sound
always,
effects
he's
in
always
his
up
brain
in the,
while
he's
he's
always
doing
up in
it.
the air.
I'm
doing
always
something.
about Breezy. Let's talk about Erica. Because she's the guest. He been with us for like forever.
I just let him come along.
just
Not
bum
a-
rushed the
he
show.
just-
know.
Yeah.
Breezy
I
just-
even got sucked
Breezy
in. I
had to
started
promote.
interviewing
It's
Breezy
all
him.
about
just wanted to
Chris.
get in. You know.
This is about you.
I'm
So
not letting
Erica,
you
Erica.
alone. Hey, Mark. Hey, Misha.
Yeah, you've
What's
been
up,
an
guys?
anchor for how long? Like for
I've
what's
been
your
doing
career?
radio for.
Did you start out with
geez,
94 Rock?
It's been 179 years. Yes.
Because that's where you're most famous for.
I
mean,
did that back in the TJ
You
Trout
and TJ
days.
Trout, man. That was the team
with
back
the Swami
in the day.
Rob and
Yeah.
the Rain Man,
Those
and
are
we had a
some of the
great
most-
time. 14 years I did that show
So
over
you've
there.
interviewed some of the like best of the best, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you've
well,
done-
pretty
She had
rock
some very
stars
entertaining
and
shows. You had some very
Actors.
entertaining.
You just
and-
you had Steve-O, right? Not too long ago. You
Yeah.
talked to Steve-O, man.
Oh, you want to hear a funny story about
Yes.
Steve-O?
Oh, I wanted to
Okay,
meet him so bad, man.
I actually I've
You were
known
so
him.
selfish with him. You didn't even bring him over here. Or anything.
Yeah, we need to make a pact that you gotta get us some stars over here, man. Erica, you
This-
all
This is the only reason I'm on the show
you know
right now is because
Breezy's
they're
here.
trying to use me. to get
Breezy's
to
sitting
Steve.
right
So
here.
it's all about
This
the
is
connection.
biggest star.
it's all about
So-
the connection.
So here's the thing about Steve-O. So I've known him since I was 25.
Well, he's from Albuquerque.
Right.
People don't know that about. a lot
So
of
he
people
is
don't
from
know that.
Albuquerque. So I was 25. I just moved here. I was downtown minding my own business, shopping at a used Levi's store. Okay, so I'm in there looking at jeans. No one's in the store except me and the cashier. This dude comes running in, covered in I don't know what.
Just knowing Steve-O, it's got to be.
And this was before Jackass. Okay, so
shit.
it hadn't even started
so
yet.
he's already doing stunts.
And he comes running in, and apparently the guy who ran that shop was his friend. And he comes, dude, you're not going to believe it. I just, for the first time, successfully set myself on fire. And he was covered in Vaseline, and that's what the shiny stuff was.
Yeah.
And so I was like, he goes, look, check it out. So he had the video, so we all three are watching. I was like, that's pretty cool. I was like, let me get your contact info, because if we ever do like some big radio promotion, I'd love for you to set yourself on fire. So, yeah, you can find someone willing to do it. Here's my card, by all means.
Light up.
So anyways, we kind of stayed in contact over the years, but little did I know that he was going to get famous doing that. And
It's
I
so
did
big.
have him actually come perform. He did it at a Mark and Brian broadcast. We had like this syndicated show that came to town
Yeah.
to do their show here locally,
Yeah.
and he came and did it all these years later. But now he's all sober. He's cleaned up. I don't know
Wow.
if he's going to be putting any more Vaseline on.
Doing the crazy.
He has
shit.
like a 29 or 30-year-old girlfriend.
Yeah, and she's keeping him solid too.
Yep.
Wow.
But he's such a cool guy, and he remembers that day. Every time
That's
he comes
hilarious.
to town, we talk about that.
Good story.
So I'm sorry if I was hanging out with my friend and I didn't think, gee, who wants
Let's
to
go to
use me to
Jackson
get
Wink.
to Steve-O? Let me just
No,
call
it's not.
everyone
We're,
in
we're
my
not trying
contacts
to. We're not
list.
trying to use you. You got to
Yes,
show
we
up.
are.
This
Yes,
is
sir.
this is a landmark place. You know, it's like the
Right.
doghouse down the
Right.
street.
Teamwork.
You know?
makes the
Next
dream
time,
work.
I will do my best if I find out he's coming
There
to
you
town
go.
to get him in here on this very
We'll make him
podcast.
spar with Crazy Steve, and
Yeah, crazy.
it'd be a hell of a video. Yeah.
Now he is. So then I ended up meeting the rest of the cast of Jackass after the show had started. Been going for a couple of years, is gaining popularity. There's this big event in Boston called the Sam Adams Summer Jam, and Jim Cook. You know, I'm Jim Cook, that guy who owns the company. He used to travel around to radio stations promoting his beer, and he liked us in Albuquerque.
Nice.
So we're market 70. But he invited us and the
To
top
his
10
market.
markets to
Wow.
come out there to broadcast and do all these
Nice.
celebrity interviews as everyone came through. So you had Gene Simmons from Kiss, who's a
Yeah.
lecherous bastard, by the way. Hugs too long,
Oh,
too
yeah.
gross. He's a sexist pig. I'm sorry.
He's going to be on American Idol, or I just read something about.
Ew. Okay. But the Jackass
Bam.
guys were there that day, and they were hammered. At 6 in the morning is when we all started doing our stuff, and they're filming for their show while they're
They're
there.
still alive, man. Like,
Just
Well,
one of them's dead.
One of them
well,
isn't,
because
but
of, yeah, I mean,
Done.
but
it
they
wasn't an
R.I.P.
they were spitting beer in the security guards' faces
That sounds
just
about
to
right.
try to get a rise out of them. And security's like, and I'm like, don't play into it. Just let them do it.
Yeah.
They're just trying to piss you off. You're gonna get more embarrassed
Yeah.
on the show.
Paparazzi.
But yeah, they were all exactly the way in real life as they were on the show.
Definitely one of
Messed
the
up all the
craziest
time.
projects
Oh, I know.
I've ever seen on
Oh,
TV.
yeah.
One of the craziest projects I've ever
And
seen.
grossest.
I have my
Love
Gene
it.
Simmons
So
story.
we grew
too,
up
yeah.
on.
You do?
So-
Here's a Gene Simmons story.
So
Chris,
so
back to him.
the Maloof.
Okay.
One of the Maloof daughters. I don't know how many daughters there is. Got married here in Albuquerque. So
Oh yeah.
several years ago, huge freaking wedding. They owned a. Uh-oh, Breezy has a connection to this too. Oh,
This
His
is like a local
signature. Oh
legend.
yeah.
I
Just
am.
smart ass. I'm listening. I care.
So they actually hired Kiss to be their wedding singer,
Wow.
and they hired like 30 officers to protect this wedding because there was all kinds of stars from all the
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson and Nicole Simpson were still a thing, and they were here. And it,
Turned out well.
yeah, yeah.
Thanks for that.
That didn't quite work out, but yeah. So Gene Simmons, we got assigned to watch him, and he I'll never forget. He pulls out a $50 bill, and he's like, "Hey, can you guys find me some condoms?" Freaking, I forget the DJ. He was a very famous DJ. I got his daughters all over me. I need some condoms, quick! So he's giving officers in full uniform a $50 bill to go
To
buy
go
him
and
some condoms.
buy him condoms.
Oh yeah, we're just
Officer,
gonna
give me
walk
some
into
rubbers.
7-Eleven and go buy
Can I
some
get a
condoms.
signature? Can I get your autograph for one of
He's
them?
trying to protect and serve for real.
Casey Kasem's daughter.
It was Casey Kasem's daughter that he was trying to defile.
Yeah, exactly. That's-
Wow.
yeah, pretty funny.
Name a woman on the planet that he hasn't
Yeah.
tried to.
Yeah, but it was a
As a
very
matter of
exciting
fact.
wedding. It was,
Oh.
Yeah, he
who's-
wasn't. I found that a lot of the rock stars, the big name ones, are rock stars. You
Yeah.
know, they're not always the nicest people. They're entitled. They do expect that they're going to snap their fingers and whatever girl they want in the room is going to head on out to the trailer with them immediately.
But that does happen.
It does happen.
Must be
It
nice.
doesn't happen with me.
It didn't happen with Erica, but
but I always wonder. I was like, I wonder if if I'm the one they remember because I was the only one who
that
said
turned him
no.
down.
Right.
Wow, look at you.
David Lee
Got
Roth
some morals over
was
here.
one of those. And when I saw him, he came and performed in our studio, and he was older at the time. I think he was already like in his 50s.
Who was this?
David Lee Roth.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
But he came in, and he had his shirt open, not unlike
Trying to
Breezy
be
over
breezy
here.
like.
And I still remember, I was like, he was kind of a dick, but I remember his abs. I was like, I don't care. I'll just keep looking at him.
Wow.
Yeah, so at least
50
he was
years old, had some
attractive.
abs, huh?
He
That's-
did. Look,
It's
so
impressive.
remember how athletic he was? He used to do the
That's
flips
true.
and the gymnastics on stage. He's
Yeah.
still very athletic. But yeah,
The
and
drum
then
kit.
Dave Mustaine offered. I had to interview him, and he offered to pay me double what I was making at my next event
whoa,
to stay there. And I was like,
He's going to
"Who?
pay you to do what exactly?
What do you think?" I was like, he was like, "You need to stick around." I was like, "I'm not. I have to go. I'm going to go work downtown, and then I'm going to a
Yeah.
rugby party."
Wow.
And he was like, "I'll pay you double, whatever it is."
Wow.
I was like, "It's not
He
enough."
thought you were one of those.
You've
Huh?
never been to a rugby party. Sorry, that sounds more
Wow.
fun.
Who
than
was the most
partying with
interesting
Megadeth.
personality you met? Like, out of all
Breezy.
the people you interviewed?
He just said it right
Breezy.
here.
He's-
Breezy.
He is
Chris,
a character.
He's a character.
Breezy Brown.
Have you ever met
Every-
any-
How could you not love
pales
this guy?
in comparison.
Have you ever met Guns N' Roses?
No, I have not. I've
Metallica?
Never, I have. I've met Metallica.
Oh, wow.
They were rock stars
my
as
rock
well. You know,
Oh, if they can you come with us?
Erica is a
let's go.
rocker.
Kirk Hammett was cool. They were all just cool, but it was like a quick meet and greet, so it's not like we're hanging
Keep that
out.
posh rap crap away from Erica, man. She don't want to
I-
hear that nonsense.
grew up watching them.
I like rap though.
Oh,
I
do
do.
you?
I grew up with
Yeah.
both. I'm a child of rock.
But I
and
like
hip-hop.
Wow.
old school rap, none of the new shit.
No,
No.
you don't like any of the new stuff.
Can't stand it.
Speak English. What are they saying?
Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z, old school.
Wow,
Well,
old
we
school.
all like all that stuff too.
Wu-Tang.
I love all music. Let me put it this
I like
way,
it,
and I hope my Coyote listeners don't take offense when I say this. I've been listening to rock music for so long now, and radio has a more compressed
course.
playlist than you would have if you were listening to music at home because it's it's mass media. You have to play what tests the best, that the most people like, so that more people will continue to listen, so that you can continue to give them free music, which is paid for by the ads that you then sell in between those musical breaks. With that said, we don't have a huge library, and I could probably go 5 years without hearing Skinnerd again. Like there are certain songs where if you've done this as long as I've done it, you're just like, oh my gosh, I just can't turn it down, like not one more time. But then you can ask him. There are other times when I don't know, a song will hit me, like a Pink Floyd song or something, and you love it as much as you did back in the day before you got a little too worn out on things. But I love all kinds of music.
So let's talk about that a little bit, because you have been around radio since the 80s,
as
right?
I said, since
so
the 90s. Thank you. I was still in
89.
Was it? Goddamn.
I started in.
How old are you?
Come on.
Oh, you know what? I can't wait for this. There's going to be entertainment today.
But it's changed.
Is that today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 5 p.m.
Oh, yeah, the press conference. Oh, can we? You know that's going to be fun. Well, actually, I was just talking to Michelle Watterson about that downstairs. I said, "How come you're not at the press conference?" She's like, "Wow." Apparently, they wanted to keep them safe from me because you know. And I said, so we're gonna do a skit. We're gonna do a skit with a dolly downstairs, and she said, "I'm ready for the press conference." But radio has changed big time from the days of when you did start. And now today, it's like the format is just changed so much.
It's changed. It's especially like rock radio, and I'll just try to be quick about it because it's not all that interesting of a story. But do you remember when Janet Jackson's boob
the boob
popped
the
out
Super Bowl?
at the Super Bowl?
Justin Timberlake.
What happened was that the FCC then came out with all these extra regulations about decency. But the weird thing is, it happened on TV, but radio took the brunt of all this regulation, and they increased the fines
like
for
you can
everything.
see titties on radio.
Well, but there. Okay, so there was this old contest.
Show us your tits, Breezy.
He has no problem doing that. Yeah. There was this contest that TJ came up with. I did not. Okay, but it was the Big O competition. And literally, he would have 2 or 3 contestants call up, and they would have to fake an orgasm over the phone.
That's some Howard Stern stuff right there.
Whoever did the best would get the prize of the day. But there was one time where it went out of control. He sent our intern, Paulie, over to a Walmart location, and he went back to the electronics and turned up the radio, every single radio,
while the show was playing.
Right before the Big O competition, and then he bolted. But he was calling us on the phone so that we could hear his reporting. But yeah, the entire Walmart is now being enveloped in, and I will spare you the rest of that. But the police were called, and
that is funny.
They called the police for moaning.
It was pretty bad.
It was excessive.
But then there's so you know Buck and Dex from the Edge, remember? So I worked with them for years
Would
too.
you been charged for excessive moaning?
Right.
and by the way, Buck now works for us on Coyote 102.5.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
He's back. He's doing nights.
Yeah.
Buck is back.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that was a good show
Buck
too.
and Dex did their morning show, they worked right down the hall from me. And I can't tell you how many times one of them came running down, Erica, you got to help us. Everything went wrong. They would do so many awful stunts, like they were trying to hire a new stunt person.
Yeah, they had that intern guy that was, I remember that. They made him do all kinds of goofy stuff.
But just to get their new intern, they made them go through all these challenges, which today would be kind of like
illegal.
Criminal or hazing.
Exactly.
But they were spraying them in the face with mace.
Yeah.
Pepper spray
yeah.
to see if they could handle it. There was this girl, her name is Julia Gallegos, tiny little girl, and she came dressed up in a superhero outfit and thought, how fun would it be to be the new stunt person over here? And they sprayed her, and she just about died.
Oh, yeah.
And so Dex comes running down, you got to help us. I'm like, God damn it. So I leave my show to go down there. I grab her. I put her in the showers because we had showers there in the bathroom. She was begging for water. I've since heard that water may or may not help.
That actually makes it worse.
I don't know, but I didn't know.
You made it worse.
I'm sorry, I'm not an EMT. I'm just a
You would've
lowly
been better off
radio
just
DJ.
Give her a towel and
Milk
scrape
is
it
the
off.
best.
Milk?
Milk.
Next time
Yeah.
I'll
If
throw a
you happen
gallon
to
of
have a
milk in
couple
her
gallons
face.
of milk, yeah.
I'm sure
got
some
maced.
people would pay to watch that.
Yeah.
When I was in the
milk.
Navy,
Got
in the
milk.
boot camp, they gassed us too. They put you in a gas chamber, and then the first thing they tell you, because it's like they actually test you, because when you walk out after being gassed, they have like lots of water. I said, don't touch it. So
Don't touch it. You just have to
don't
suck
touch
it up and get through it.
Once you get outside on the street and the air hits you, it kind of goes away.
Yeah, actually the air, it dries it up. But then the problem with that is when you take a shower later, it reactivates it.
It burns.
And then it burns all over.
Why do you guys
It's
do
been a
this
long time
stuff?
since I've been
I hate
maced.
pain. I don't know
Yeah,
why you would
Last time I got
Something
maced,
that
it was
you have
just
to
one
do in
eye.
the military.
Yeah.
You have to make sure
I
you
was walking around
trust
beating
your,
people up with one eye. I was like, all right,
I got some.
So
I got
they-
some pepper
I gotta
spray
get outta
downstairs.
here.
We could try it out on
gotta get
Breezy
outta
They
here.
later.
put you in a gas
I
chamber
don't
in
like
the
it.
military, and then you're wearing a mask, and then once they fill up the room with gas, like tear
Well, I
gas,
know, it's a
they tell you,
test of strength.
well, it's like they want you to have trust in your equipment. You know, make sure.
Wouldn't you rather stay home and eat cereal though? Like that's.
Military is something that you can't. You
Yeah.
don't have choice once you signed up,
But I'm chink.
and
That
then
was
they make you
good.
take it off, and you have to talk. And like
Well,
say
that's
yourself-
tough. You're a hero, and thank you for doing that. But I would not
That was
want to do that ever.
Well, it's
By the
something
way, guess
you have to
what?
do too, right?
Oh yeah.
Guess what happened to the girl
Oh.
who was in the
She
shower?
sued.
She lived happily
No,
ever
she lived happily ever after. She considers I'm the one that saved her life.
her
I'm
hero.
still friends with her. Called the paramedics. She did have a lot of issues after this
Wow.
incident.
Yeah, some
But
people
what do
are
you
actually
think the
allergic to it.
company did to resolve
Gave
this?
her a check.
No, they
Get free
installed a
tickets?
defibrillator
Oh.
by the showers.
They gave her the
There was
tickets.
no reprimand. There was no rules that were laid.
Wow.
No, let's
Yeah,
just
try
put a
that today, see
defib
what
in because
happens.
that should solve everything. That's how much
Yeah.
radio has changed.
Not even a free tickets to Rush or whatever was the next concert.
She
Yeah.
probably did get tickets to something as well. So there you go. It's changed a
And-
lot.
and a
That
new superhero
we could never
costume.
get away with that stuff.
Do you go
these
to a lot of
days.
events here that happen in town? Because there's a lot of different concerts and things like that.
Yeah,
Usually-
She's the one that passes out the tickets to
She
that
does,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, so we have to go support a lot of the concerts that are especially our genre. Chris and I have gone to a lot of concerts this year.
VIP?
Some of the rap.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
You went to
We don't do
Mexico?
that basic stuff.
Yeah, we don't we don't park with the common folk. Walk 2 miles to the event.
Hey, we don't get many perks in radio, but that's
take
why.
advantage
Like,
of those
give me
VIP
some
tickets,
VIP
yeah.
tickets.
So I'll be like, I'm
please.
down to go to a concert.
Yeah.
I'd
You
like
guys,
to go to
you guys at that Wiz Khalifa?
We were at Wiz
Perry
Khalifa.
and yeah.
It was good. Saw several good shows out there this year. I didn't go to the reschedule of Def Leppard and Journey because you know that weather knocked it out after like
Yeah.
5 songs. But I heard that was amazing, and Def Leppard
If
killed
lightning
it.
was like right there or something. Yeah. Just-
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's I get out quite a bit, but then again, it's kind of fun just to stay home because when your job is so social, when you don't have to
Yeah.
work, it's
Yeah,
hard
you
for
wanna
me
shut
to
it off.
sign up for events. So
Yeah.
I used to say sure I'll do it, kind of like this podcast when I said sure I'll do it and then I
And then
not
forget
show
about
up.
it, hoping we'd
It's
forget
like with
about it.
us too. It's like, hey, you want to go watch fights? I'm like, nah.
We see enough
Right,
fights.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's your
like,
it's
I
your
see
job
that.
already.
You know.
We
You
we
want to
get
go
nervous.
home
Yeah, I
and
just
eat
wanna-
the cereal
yeah.
with the milk.
Yeah, I just don't want to do anything. to do
Well,
with
we
fights.
also get extremely nervous because it's like
Yeah,
watching
you
your
don't-
kids
yeah,
perform. You know,
exactly,
it's
yeah.
just,
I get anxious.
Yeah.
True.
Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
I hate that
Especially
feeling
when you're
of
so
butterflies
involved.
constantly.
Like
Yeah.
once
Right.
I started getting involved
Yeah,
in everybody's UFC camps, is like takes on
Yeah.
a whole new meaning.
It's not
You're
the
like,
pleasant feeling.
yeah, you're so invested. It's just like,
Even, when I
oh
was
yeah.
even when I was watching you at the Jackson Wing Fight Night,
Yeah,
you
it's
know, like
tough.
watching all the guys, it's just that weird feeling
Yeah.
like inside.
because you don't
It's
want
like,
Who
you don't,
did-
you don't
Yeah,
want
'cause
to
you don't
lose.
want nothing bad to
Yeah.
happen, and you're just sitting there on
Who
on
did Holly
edge.
fight right after? I think was it Valentina
Shevchenko, yeah.
Shevchenko. So she was
After
fighting.
the Misha Tate fight, or
I think so, yeah. And
That was
I
a
think she was fighting
nerve-wracking
on
fight.
my birthday. It was in the summer. If I'm correct, I could be wrong on this. But anyway, I was like, I don't want to do anything for my birthday. I don't like to go out to watch fights
Me either.
in big crowds most of the time because I get that way too. I just kind of want to be home and left alone. So I was like, Mom, I'm not doing anything for my birthday. I'm going to order the fight and I'm going to sit home and I'm going to watch it. If you want to do something with me, fine. But she's not a big fight fan.
Yeah.
Like, she's old, you know? So she comes over and she
Watch this
decides to
violence.
watch it with me. And about into the second round, she's like,
Can do.
why did we decide to do this? I feel like that's my daughter out there. And I'm
Oh.
like, I'm right here. Thanks for showing
Yeah.
that same concern for me through my life.
Jeez,
But
yeah,
that
She
it just
adopted
shows
Holly.
you. It just it
hits your soul.
Gets you right
Yeah.
here. If you're a true fan, you have an emotional and sometimes visceral reaction to what you're seeing happen out there, and that's why when there have been some bad nights with some fighters that we all love and we championed so much, and they're our hometown guys, and they don't win. That it's like it hurts, and it hurts for a couple of days.
And every single weekend we have somebody fighting somewhere.
And then you see them when they come back to me, like you don't even know what to say. Like, we just had Will Santiago too, man. His old boy, man.
Yeah.
Just like
all you can do is give him a hug and tell you love him.
It's all.
Saw him downstairs with his big old black eye.
Because like Wink said, sometimes
Yeah.
your dreams get shattered, man, just by that, man. Just even.
I told him he looked
It's a
pretty.
hard, it's
I
a
gave him
hard business we
compliment.
live. It's a hard business we're in.
Very hard business,
Yeah.
and then hearing all that crap about fighters and stuff, well, that's very.
And then Diego, of course, Diego shows up the day, 2 days after his win. And
Yeah, he was here that Monday,
course,
last Monday.
You're happy to go hug him and congrats, and you know.
Had the ride ran, gave him a big old hug,
Yeah.
picked him up, and
Yep.
spin him around.
Yep.
Diego
You and Diego
Sanchez
close, I
is
know.
such
that's my brother, my
an
big bro, for
amazing
real.
human
That's OG,
being.
man. Yeah.
He is. He. This is what I love, and these are his words. Okay, he said it at the incredible adaptive MMA charity event that we
I
were
remember
all
I
out.
was like also like tearing up. Like,
Seriously, we all got tears, but he's just so real. And he was talking about, he's like, I'm a weirdo. You know, I just kind of like say what's on my mind. But he has been such a great mentor to Chris. He's always available. He's
story.
there to talk him up. Even if he doesn't think he needs advice, if Diego sees something that he thinks needs to be said to him, he will call like an older brother and let him know. And he's just such an amazing and respectable
I
human
love him in
being.
my life.
I love seeing
for real,
that.
My big brother, like
You guys have really
yeah, we
bonded.
bonded a little bit too because we had a trip together to Russia.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I
And
went
just,
to
that
that.
was kind of cool, man. I couldn't believe
Yeah, the
that
Russian
happened
trip,
to me.
yeah.
What's his taste in music?
He listens to everything.
He
Is the
switches
same.
it up. Yeah.
Did he do anything annoying on the trip? Because nothing.
No, I found him being perfectly fine person, man. Just
So you were the annoying one.
I'm sure it wasn't that.
No, there's always one.
Wasn't how did he have to cut weight?
two very
Did he have to
boring
cut a lot of
guys
weight?
just
No,
kinda-
okay, so it's not it's
Yeah.
not as intense as a
I'm
regular
sure.
Diego
Yeah,
fight camp.
actually, he was
yes,
actually, I think I saw the softer side of Diego.
you definitely did
Because there was a grappler, because like I guess MMA, I don't know if he was intimidated in a way of like being in Russia and things like that and being in different environment, but I think it maybe had something to do with it. But it wasn't the
'cause
same
I think
killer
it's
that
because
I
there's a big
see
difference
usually, like
Yeah.
between
'Cause
him, like in
he's
his
drooling
fight week,
usually,
yeah,
you know,
'cause fight
drooling,
week,
like,
if he's
here
cutting
he
weight,
was very timid. Like,
Yeah,
he's
he-
fucking.
it was just like
He's
whatever,
so
just a
intense.
He
grappling.
goes hard all the time.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Diego's always intense, but when it's like fight week,
Yeah.
like that motherfucker takes it like to a whole new level. Like he be fucking us up, like just drilling, trying to get him ready. Like
Wink was so
busting
proud.
Chaz's nose. He like I remember
Did
he
you
Every
just
time I
hurt you recently when you
Every
had a fight
time I
coming
train
up?
with him and I
Diego
roll with
always
him, I
hits
learn
me.
so much about myself, man.
But
Yeah,
it's
what
out
do you-
of love.
what I'm
That's
made
love.
of.
What do you learn?
No, like I learned like what I'm made of. Like if I can even push a second of it of that
Right.
pace, you know that like where my grappling stands, what type of killer
Mhm.
instinct I have, what type of character I have, you know,
Mhm.
because Diego just is I feel like a bulldozer.
Yeah,
He just like runs you over.
I
Like,
feel
in
like a
every way,
diamond because all that pressure. That was
yeah, and
applied to
then
me.
when I survive, it makes me feel like a new man. Like when
Mhm.
even just surviving, you know.
Mhm.
Because I'll have sometimes equal exchanges, and sometimes actually I've gotten better of him, like maybe in certain ways, you know, because I train too, you know. But for the most part, it's like holy shit.
Now let's circle it back around to John again because I want to ask you guys a few more
We'll
questions.
wrap it up on John.
Okay.
Because
So-
producer Nick just reminded me that it's been an entire hour already.
It's
I didn't
after
even
an hour. Like
realize
this
that.
went so fast. I had so much fun.
Yeah,
like
we
this
can
is
talk
this
forever.
has been great.
Look
But-
at the pitch, man. Love it, Breezy.
Oh, Breezy.
Oh, Breezy.
Look at he's
Like
he heard wrap it
Plug.
up. Dr. Anita approved.
Plug. Who's these beautiful women? Look at these beautiful women right there.
Dr. Anita.
That is a really good
uh,
person.
Coach
No.
Wink's wife.
This
our
Barlene
amazing.
stuff, no joke.
greens. Yeah.
This Barlene.
Eat your
We got all
veggies.
type of got
All
body
of this is the
armor,
most
whatever
amazing.
Plug away.
We got
Plug away.
what else?
Shout out to Sharpie. We used
Sharpie, freaking
Oh, I'm so thirsty.
Body
for this.
armor.
Body armor.
like
water.
bubbleheads.
yeah.
Plug.
MMAbobbleheads.com.
The
Yeah.
best stuff on the market, guys.
We're well connected.
This is
We're out
NASCAR
here.
at its
We
finest.
are out here.
It's like a race
Special
car.
Fijis.
Exactly. Oh yeah, the poop
It
emoji.
actually really
Mark's
Fidget
Mark,
spinner.
Yeah.
Mark's
Cyborg
edition.
sent me that.
Mark's
Yeah,
edition.
okay, guys.
Cyborg Nation sent me
By
a
the way,
fidget spinner.
That was sent to Mark after the whole incident. Did you know that?
Wow.
It's a shit spinner.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a shit spinner.
fidget
What
spinner.
is that thing right
Poop
there?
emoji.
When they were trying to set up Holly versus that little ducky, that came from. Let me see it.
Oh, yeah,
That came from Cyborg Nation.
yeah.
What
It
is
came from
the-
Cyborg Nation.
Okay,
So
but
she's
what
saying
is
that-
the, why
Yeah,
is
because
there
they
a
were
dead
trying-
rattlesnake
They were trying
in
to
here?
accuse us of
Oh, we do shots with that.
Duck and Cyborg.
But Cyborg is the one that kept avoiding her for the longest.
Yeah.
Why is there a dead rattlesnake
Oh,
shit.
in some mezcal?
So
Yeah,
my
man,
son,
Oh shit.
my son is stationed in
That's
Japan,
live.
And Mark
and I went to
drank all
visit.
So do you drink this
I,
for real?
I drink it before
Oh,
the
nigga,
show.
you nasty.
Gets me quite
I
high.
always say try anything once, but I'm good.
Y'all nasty.
Come on, Erica, let's do it.
That's worse than the worm.
Rattlesnake, because
That's a
that's
viper.
A whole snake in that
there's
bitch.
flakes of the skin
know.
floating on
It
top.
was-
That's like when your
well, it's like
baby
dr-
takes a drink of your water after they ate a cracker and
I
the
love
floaties
avocados.
get on
It's
it.
like when you drink Goldschlager, you're drinking flakes of gold.
Oh,
This
and
is
that's
the
flakes
I
of
would,
gold.
I would
not
rather
snake-
drink flakes of
snake
gold than
skin
flakes of
cells.
snake.
You
No,
started talking about John.
Let's
so.
talk
Yeah,
about
yes,
John. Let's get away from my
please.
snake.
please.
It's the
Before I-
my comment.
Before
it
I
was,
change
it was,
my
It was the
mind.
goat and the lamb.
No, so who would be a contender for John then? Because now that this news is out, I'm sure that people have been thinking if he came back, who would
They're
fight?
sure they're gonna give him a warm up fight and then he's getting a title fight.
I think it's gonna be a title fight.
Who
right
would
away.
I
take
think
a
it's going to be a
warm-up?
title fight right away.
I
right
think.
away.
Oh well, yeah, because they probably will. But no, he's not about to fight DC. He's not fighting DC
Well,
right away.
DC is
He may-
probably gonna vacate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he's
may-
not
yeah.
about to fight DC.
DC
so he's not
weighs-
He's
gonna
up in
fight
heavyweight mode.
Unless they're gonna give
DC
him an
weighs like
interim title shot
DC
again.
weighs like 300 pounds, bro. He ain't cutting down
Yeah,
to
he's
205.
not going back to 205 no time
So
soon.
I have a feeling.
Yeah, I think
John-
he's gonna have one big fight
Yep.
with Brock.
He's gonna
Maybe
fight with
John
Brock.
at heavyweight.
I think he's gonna
Once-
fight Brock and
he's
then
gonna
fight
retire
John after
at
that.
heavyweight. And
Yeah, because he
retire.
wants another fight with John, so they give him his money fight with Brock, and then he'll fight John probably.
So you're saying he'll do that one, and then the
So
next
John-
one's you're assuming
So
he's
unless
gonna win.
John's gonna win.
John's going to be fighting Gustafson probably.
Yeah, that's what everybody
for the
wants
for
to
the
see.
vacated title.
Yeah.
Are there any weaknesses to John's game at all right now? Is what I'm asking.
I think he's going to
Absolutely
be actually.
not.
I think because he's been working on his hands so
Yeah,
much.
his
because you can see
boxing.
with
He's
his
been
coach
boxing
that
nonstop.
I think he
He's got
might
a new
actually
boxing
knock,
coach.
He's
knock
more
some people.
unstoppable than he was
Oh, yeah.
before.
Oh yeah, his skills have
gonna be,
improved.
He's going to be motivated.
He's healthy.
He's
and
happy.
He's been improving.
Because when John, all the troubles he got into, it seems like he was on top for so long and doing whatever he was doing that it's got so kind of like out of hand for him, where he just, now he has a chance. Again, he has another chance to prove himself, So I bet he's going to come in.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
swinging
Another
and,
thing
like,
is his body is rested.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Very
He's
rested.
healthy.
18 months off.
Nice and healthy, no injuries.
It was a
he's been
15
he's got
months
something to prove, and
Yeah.
gain
Oh, yeah,
his
he's
crown
motivated.
back. It's like it's one of those
That's
actually.
right.
It's what kind of bugs me. People be like, "How many chances does one person have?" Gazillion. It's a life. How
Right.
many chances you got? How many chances
Right.
you got? I've been given so many chances. Just I'm not in public view of this, so no one knows
Exactly.
about my chances because it's just I'm nobody.
Everybody tries to act like they just live
No,
the
that's a
perfect
great way.
lives and don't do
That's a
It's
great
shit.
like, oh,
Wrong.
okay, another chapter, whatever, blah blah blah. Yeah, how many, until next time he fails, man. Well, so why are you worried about him failing, man? Worry
Right.
about your own life.
Right, exactly.
So
People
we're-
always want to worry about what other
So
people
we're not
do.
here to break any news, but stay tuned. There will be
John Jones
something
is
happening by the end of the year.
He's gonna be
Pretty
at
much.
MSG.
Stay tuned. Yeah,
Oh, Vegas. I think it might be
I think
Vegas.
he's gonna
might
do
be
the
Vegas.
MSG
You never
fight.
know.
I
Yeah.
think so.
They're gonna make him headline matches.
I bet
for
there's
a
so
guy.
many
not MSG.
options.
Because you
There's
know he
gonna be
wants
options.
to fight
There's
at
gonna be
home. Because last time he was supposed to fight, I don't think he's fought at home. So the last time he was supposed to fight was UFC 200 when they pulled him off.
Yeah,
Right
Dana
here.
White
That's why
made
I
a
got this
statement.
shirt. That was at that
Yeah,
fight.
see, yeah.
And I was crushed.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
were
so yeah.
so ready for
Brought
that.
my
Pretty,
son with
I'm
me.
pretty
We were
sure they'll give him.
We were
a
gonna
home fight.
have
we were gonna
dinner
have a
with
VIP
John.
meal with
Cause
him.
yeah, because we was already talking
Invited
about it. It was
us,
like,
man.
because the homie was like, yeah, after your fight, we're going to your fight, and then we're going to New York for John's fight.
Yeah, but we made the best of it for the few days that we were there, and then
John Jones is
everything
amazing
fell apart.
person.
Yes, he is.
Just so good vibes, man. I've never seen him down.
He'll be
never
back
really
in the
seen
gym
him
next
hurt,
week.
And,
Yeah,
and
Wink
everything,
Wink told me that he texted him. He's like, "Yep, time to get back to work next week when he
everything
gets
will be
back."
back.
Yeah, he
Because
said
Wink
he's coming.
scared me when he was like, "Oh, I'm leaving." Yesterday. He was like, "I'm leaving tomorrow, Chris," and I started freaking out. I was like, "What you mean you're leaving? Where the hell are you going?"
Yeah,
He was like, "Oh, I gotta go
Got
to
a corner
Brazil
chase,
for
yeah.
Chase."
And John told me yesterday, get all the big boys I can. So anyone listening, man, I need some heavyweights, some 205ers.
Shout
Get
out
your
to
asses
all
on
the
air.
heavyweights. We need heavyweights.
and
Heavyweight
Get beat up
fighters.
by John.
And good luck to
deep body
Chase.
bags.
Good luck to Chase Saturday.
Yeah,
He's down in
Chase-
Brazil.
Chase
Big
is
Chase in
big.
Brazil. Him and Wink are out. Wink just left to go out there.
He's
Yeah,
leaving
yeah.
here any minute now. Yeah, so getting on a plane to Brazil.
The
But
most frequent travel,
I
traveler.
hate not having Wink here, even for
Yeah.
that long.
yeah, I know.
I don't like missing.
I
I'm
know.
missing.
Wink is a good man.
I'm
That's
missing
why-
2
that's
sessions
why
because
that
of
whole
Chase right now.
situation with Jaroga hurt me so much.
Chase
Like,
Chase better get
Exactly.
that dub
Oh,
because Breezy's missing out on his Wink time. This is 2 sessions that I'm not gonna be able
just
to
a
get with
good
the
man.
Wink.
You know?
He is a good man, but
Just-
the only
just-
thing that he doesn't like is when you get too handsy and lovey-dovey with him.
Yeah,
Because
he
he's
does
crazy.
that.
He's like
You
a
know what
sea
he told
captain.
me?
He's
You know
like,
what he-
"Arr!" You know,
Let
get
me
away
finish
from
on
me.
that because I want to hear what you say. Because you know he told me before we went the show. He said, "Ask Breezy why he doesn't have any confidence." He asked me to say that.
You know, it's hard, man. Trying to stay confident, stay motivated is hard in this world.
Breezy is never
Poor
confident.
Breezy, as he continues to talk
You know,
in the third
it ain't
person.
it ain't easy being Breezy.
I wish I could help you become confident, Breezy.
I
Man,
know.
I'll tell you.
I need to work on it.
You need a life coach.
I do. I
Is
need a lot of
that,
help.
is
in
that why
my
you
life.
hired Erica
I need-
to promote you? And
I need lots of help in my life.
Yeah,
He
I say you
spends
have
more
a bright
time in
future.
front of mirrors than I do.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
for sure.
Well, that's why when we
She's
I
like,
was- I was
which
trying-
which T-shirt I'm not wearing
Right?
today.
I was like, do these pants make my abs look right?
we actually looked at his picture. His picture's up on our wall of honor over here, and that
Hey, I
six pack
actually-
looks a
I
little
actually
different
wore
than
a
the one
shirt
he's
last
sporting
time,
right now. Yeah.
But I took it off because they were like, why do you have a shirt on?
Right, my popular
Look at
demand.
Nick. Look at Nick.
Yeah.
Even took his shirt off
Right,
kind of
yeah,
in that
Nick got
picture.
into it.
I'm not complaining. Okay, well, I've talked too long. I know how to
Yeah.
wrap things up. I'm
Yeah.
going to
Wrap
cut
it.
myself
Show
off
Erica,
now.
wrap it.
Shows,
October 20th, Tunica, Mississippi is going down. Main event.
Tunica. What is it? How do you say it?
Tunica
Is that
serve them
some
Mississippi.
Pueblo?
at Fitz Casino.
Is that a reservation or
It's
what
kind
is
of
it?
like some riverboat developed
Oh,
No
they-
idea.
gambling
so they can
situation.
gamble on the river. It's
Breezy?
legal on the river.
No, I don't know.
Whose
where
corner
I'm
are
going.
you?
Breezy's just showing up.
Wink is going with you?
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wink said he's never missing a fight.
Not for
And then
Breezy.
he's going to have a cheering section there
Oh, yeah, we're
because
gonna be
his
deep out there.
parents or his
Nice.
mom lives in Dallas. A
Oh.
lot of their friends are in Memphis.
Yeah,
so
but a
lot
they're
of
all
my
buying
family is from
tickets.
Memphis.
So
This guy's got
it's gonna
he's
be
got a
loud.
following everywhere he goes.
yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, last year when
They
I went
sell
to
out so many-
Nashville with Diego, when Cub fought Lobov or whatever the fuck that dude's name, when we went out there
The
to
goat.
Nashville,
call him the goat.
whatever the fuck, Lobo,
Lobov goat.
something. When we went out there, Diego was doing his open workout, and I was walking around taking snaps of it, and I hear someone say, Chris Brown, and I'm like, who the fuck is calling my name? I look in the crowd, and this white dude and his daughter were like, hey, are you Chris Brown? Are you the Houston Madman? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, can my daughter get a picture with
That's
you?
awesome.
I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it tripped me out. I was like,
It's just
this
the
is
beginning.
last year. This was like last,
Like, I'm like,
was
nobody.
that like April, March, or something like that? It was like March.
This is just the
Something like
beginning,
that.
man. You
So
could be in the
last
UFC.
year, I'm like, I think it was right after I won the King of the Cage belt. I think it was right after that.
which is hanging downstairs
Yeah, got it on
forever.
the wall.
It's on the
Breezy
gym.
on the wall. But eventually, Misha's gonna put my picture up.
I
But he
already
be
have it on my
bullshit.
Just put a picture of his
Bullshit.
nipples because
Damn.
that's what
I
people
can't-
recognize
I can't-
the
I
most.
can't-
Damn.
You could just do a
Oh man,
shot
I'm guilty. I
of
just
this.
looked at them. Oh my
Oh,
god.
man. You can cut glass with those things.
Those areolas. Those areolas.
He said he felt like a diamond.
And on
Put
that
in my
note,
head for a second. I had to glance.
enough of this.
Eyes up here,
Eyes
Misha.
up here.
Eyes
Enough of
up
this.
here. He's not a piece of meat. For crying out loud.
Erica,
Dark
we
meat.
want to thank you from the
Thank you.
bottom of our hearts for spending time with us. You know,
Of
and,
course.
We have
We-
good relationship always. That's good,
Thank you.
man. It's
Yeah,
always good.
I
to-
love you guys.
thanks for bringing this character with us.
Next
with
time
you.
I don't have to.
Yeah.
When are we coming on your show
He
again?
just
I'd like to
uninvited
go.
you.
You
I like
guys,
it.
it's an open door. You're what we actually miss you. So
Anytime.
let's get it
Breezy
set.
will get on there soon because I need.
Yeah.
I'm about to start my media.
We'll bring
this is
Breezy.
the first stop on my media tour. So Breezy about to start getting his.
And we don't have
interviews in.
gas like Sandman does. So.
Okay, that's good.
We're still in the beginning stages.
So
of
the
trying
Hoff
to
won't
get
have to
some
break
funny
out the air
guests, good
freshener.
guests, But we
Yeah.
have plenty, but we're trying,
No, you guys do a great job over here, and you're welcome to come back anytime. I would love for you to come back. You can come with Breezy if you want.
For sure.
Before his next big fight, or you can come by yourselves
Yeah.
because I think that you
Yeah,
guys are
because
entertaining
Breezy
enough
doesn't like to
without
share
me.
his time.
We should-
Breezy
we
doesn't
entertain
like to share
ourselves,
his
yeah.
time.
We
Breezy
know.
needs it all.
We know.
She's lucky she got on this one.
She's here because of you.
Well,
I'm glad it's unlike radio, this is a podcast where people can see my face.
I know. And they're so excited. They're like, wow, so that's what she looks like. Wow, man.
Disgusted.
They need to do a better show. They need more cameras in that radio station.
No, I went into radio and I started in TV. I was a producer.
I was going to say,
at
you have a
local
face for TV,
station.
not radio.
I thought I wanted to do that. But then I realized how much it was just about looks, and I wanted to be known for what I think more. So I chose radio because of the anonymity and the freedom of that, and I have never looked back.
Good for
That's
you.
cool.
You've done some incredible radio over the years, and
Thank you.
I've listened to it for many,
Thank
many
you. The
years.
best show I ever did was the one you guys were on.
No.
Do you think that they fell for that
That's a
one?
lie.
Look at my eyes.
Yeah, let me do the cop thing on you. Say that again.
I'm never sarcastic.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate you.
guys are
Support your local protein.
October
Jackson Week.
20th.
And
Support your local pretty.
and support your local fighter.
Breezy and all of his Breezy products.
Oh, so thirsty for the body armor yet again before we sign
See you
off.
next week, guys.
Tune
Tune in.
Peace out.
Through these doors walk the greatest fighters in the world.